Um, I was recording a video like a few hours ago, and it was about like disability stuff. It wasn't even, it was just me kind of being annoyed at people being, I don't know, like ableist, which is like, I think that's a valid topic of conversation, but I don't want to white knight. I don't want to pretend to, I don't know, I don't want to virtue signal for no reason, even though it is something that I do believe in, but I think I'd rather talk about something more positive right now. And I think I just want to talk about music and movies that I've listened to or seen recently, and what I liked about them. First of all, uh, today's Friday. J. Cole just dropped The Fall Off last night, and I'm gonna be honest, I did not really like it. I think like I don't know what his obsession is with I don't know. It's weird. Like I get what he's trying to say on that song Safety. It's just so weird how he's always talking about how he used to hate gay people. Um or not always, but like there's a lot of stuff like that in his music, I feel like. Um Especially on his last like mixtape, like Might Delete Later. Like he had that whole song where I forgot what he said exactly. It's been so long. I don't know. I'm not super into J. Cole. I don't really love his style. I don't think he's the best lyricist. I think his beats are getting kind of stale. Um, I like it's fine. It's fine. It's nothing. It's not for me. It's not for me. Um, it's too long. I say like with a Swans poster behind me, but I find myself more engaged by Swans than J. Cole. Um, yeah, I don't know. It's just kind of like Baby's intro to conscious hip hop. And like, that's fine. Like if that's what got you into like more lyrical style rap or like more experimental rap or whatever, even though J. Cole's not really experimental. But like if that was your gateway and you're like nostalgic for that, you like J. Cole because he inspired you, you know, that I'm not gonna judge anyone for that. It's just for me personally, I'm not a fan. Um, but stuff that I have liked recently, um, My Ghosts Go Ghost by Storm, formerly known as Injury Reserve. I really, really, really like that album. Um, I think Injury Reserve was one of those groups that first got me into rap. I know I was just like kind of making fun of J. Cole fans for like, oh, he's like what got you into lyrical rap, but like Injury Reserve really did get me into experimental rap, especially with By the Time I Get to Phoenix. That album was like nothing I'd ever heard before, and that really clicked with me and made me kind of fall in love with the genre as a whole. And yeah, so Injury Reserve, I'm a big fan, and I think their newest album is very, very good. And I think it's a very interesting continuation of their sound because they went from kind of, I wouldn't say By the Time I Get to Phoenix was like maximalist, but it definitely had a lot more like aggressive elements to it, if that makes sense. I think this album is more minimalist and with like it has a lot of guitar, but it also has like those off kilter drums that are like almost disorienting on purpose, um, which I think is really cool. I think it's I think it's a good idea or like a good idea for experimental art to try to make you uncomfortable and try to like get you in a pocket that you're not used to get you to think about the work differently, which I think this album does really well. And one thing that I will say, it's a little disappointing that 4 of the 9 songs were already released for like years. Um, but I think in the context of the album, it's really cool and it works well. Um, yeah, my favorite probably is the last song, Ghost Go Ghost, or GGG. Not counting the singles that were out because I don't feel right counting those as part, or as like in my ranking, you know. Um, but that album was really good. I highly recommend if you're a fan of like lyrical hip hop and like experimental hip hop. Um, it's great. It's great, and it's on Dead Air, which is probably the best label in terms of music. I don't know if I'd say like their merch quality or like management style is the best, but their music, the artists on Dead Air are like probably the peak of like the underground right now, in my opinion. Um, what else? Oh, Don't Be Dumb. I I was mixed on Don't Be Dumb. I really like ASAP Rocky. I think he's really cool. I really like him like as a person. I think he's funny. I loved his Trackstar interview with Spike Lee. I think they had such good chemistry, and that was really good. And so I've been excited for Don't Be Dumb for a while. Like I got into ASAP Rocky quite a bit ago. But I think really in the last few weeks before the album came out, I was really excited. Like I loved Punk Rocky. I thought Helicopter was really good. And I think the album was good too. It's like it's odd. It feels like a lot of it is not super re-listenable, which is fine. You know, like I don't think every album needs to be made for you to like listen over and over again, but for an artist like ASAP Rocky, who's trying to be in the more mainstream side of things, I think I think he should have gone for a more, I don't know what the vibe he's missing is, because like he is kind of a pioneer of cloud rap, right? And I think his cloud rap vibe is really good, and I personally would not have minded another album that just sounds like Live Love ASAP, you know, like, or like Sandman. Like Sandman is my favorite ASAP Rocky song. Like if he had a whole album of like Sandman songs, which I know is like the older mixtape stuff, whatever. Like new, I mean, um, like that would be really cool to me. And I'm not saying he shouldn't experiment. And I think it's really cool that he experimented. And I think the most experimental tracks on Don't Be Dumb are the ones that work really well. Like Black DeMarco, that song is really good. I love how it's almost like hyper pop. Like I like when big artists kind of get into that bag. And then also Robbery with Doechii, that song is great. I love, like, it's so cool. You know, like the jazz standard, it's like slick, you know? Like it feels like elevated in the same way that like I'm not the biggest fan of Chromacopia. I have my own gripes with it, but I think Thought I Was Dead off Chromacopia is like such a good song, and it feels almost just like elevated in the same sense that Robbery with Doechii is. Like it feels like so different from everything else that's coming out right now, and so refined and polished in a way that makes it really, really interesting and fun to listen to. So yeah, I think it's weird that ASAP Rocky put I Smoked Away My Brains on Don't Be Dumb, because that's cheating. Right? We can all agree that's cheating, right? Um, Other artists that I've been really fucking with. Um, I mean, obviously, like, I have my favorites that I'm still listening to all the time, right? Um, the last few months for school, I had to write about Jimi Hendrix and Bob Dylan and like the All Along the Watchtower. And I've been listening to that song. I probably listened to that song like 200 times in the last month. Just three different versions of it, like a live version and a studio version and the original Bob Dylan version. And Bob Dylan's one of my favorite artists, but I really honestly think I was underrating Jimi Hendrix, which is crazy to say, right? Like I always said, oh, Jimi Hendrix is like one of the best guitar players ever. But I didn't realize how good he was until I actually like sat down and analyzed his music and like really listened to it for like what he's doing with the guitar and like the distortion that he puts on there and all the effects that he uses, and then also like the messaging. And I think he's such like a layered artist, and he's able to push so many different sonic aspects as well as lyrical aspects at once, and it's really inspiring. And I think like politically he was very sound too, which I think is like he has the perfect legacy, I feel um like it's incredible. It's actually incredible. Like he's the GOAT, I might say. um and then I've been making a Black History Month playlist for radio, for my school's radio, and I'm doing underground rap. So I've listened to a lot of underground rap. I think I'm pretty well versed in the scene at least. Um, and so I've been like trying to work on some like transitions for that. Or wait, sorry, I don't know how to get my camera right. I've been working on some transitions for like the songs, and I've been having a lot of fun with that. And just some examples of the songs that I'll be playing, just so that I have the ethos, so you guys know I know what I'm talking about, and so that I can prove to myself that I know what I'm talking about, because I'm not expecting to have an audience, um, like with these videos. This is more for me. But like I'm gonna do "Un Musique" by Lucy Bedrock, the song, because I think a lot of people forget how hard that song goes. Like the last minute of that song is crazy. I'm doing "Cool Girl 2000" by Angelus. I'm doing "Interlude" by Shay from Say So Says. Is that something like that? It's the album from 2 years ago with like the rabbit on it, and then like the girl going like this to him. Um, and I'm doing song by Easy Cody Lee that I'm forgetting what it's called, and then "Feel Like Uzi" by Pretty Fun, "Hydrocodone" by Black Cray, all that stuff. Um, and I think it'll be really fun, and I'm really excited because it'll be my first time on air, which is going to be really cool. Um, and then, yeah, that's probably about it for music as of like this year, like January and these first few days of February. Um, oh, Femtonol dropped a new song, and I thought that was good. I like Femtonol. I'm gonna be honest, I wasn't that big of a fan of Body the Pistol. The new song is like pretty good. I think it's called Heads Up. Um, it's all right. I really like when, like, I know she has that sound, and it's like, oh, all her songs sound the same, which is like true. Like I get it, but something about like the songs like Girl Hell 1999 and Nasty Work with This Brokey are like they hit like crack, and I feel like both the two new songs, the two singles, haven't hit like that, to me at least, and it's a bit of a shame. Oh, last thing for music before I get to movies. Jane Remover venturing in the Dark full version releasing like next week, I think, and I'm trying to do a video every day, and I'll probably talk about that at some point, and I'm really really excited for that because that demo is one of my favorite Jane songs, and yeah, I think it'll be really good, and I'm excited for that. Okay, so movies that I've watched. Let's stick with this year. Most recently, I watched the Oscar-nominated documentary "A Perfect Neighbor" from Netflix, and I don't love Netflix. You know, like obviously, I don't think a lot of people are like big Netflix original fans, but like especially me, I don't like streaming services that much. I'm more of a physical media collector. So I didn't really go in with the highest of hopes. I wasn't like, this is gonna be great. I did really end up liking it. It really connected with me. It made me really sad. Like it made me like sick, if that makes sense. Like watching that lady try to justify herself. I'm not gonna spoil too much, but like it really is sick. It's disgusting. And then I watched But I'm a Cheerleader, which I thought was pretty solid. Like I'd say 8 out of 10. I gave it a 4 on Letterboxd. You know, I think I gave Perfect Neighbor 3.5 or 4. I don't know. But I'm a Cheerleader. I thought it was good. It was funny. I liked it. I think I don't really have any criticism of it, is the thing, but it didn't. I didn't think it was that funny, I think is what it ultimately boils down to. And I know it's a serious topic. Like I get it. But it didn't really make me laugh, and I feel like it's supposed to be like a satire. Like a satire, I feel like that's supposed to make me laugh. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I also rewatched Sorry Baby, and I love Sorry Baby. That's my favorite movie of last year. I think it absolutely got snubbed by not being nominated for any Oscar. I think. I don't think it was nominated for anything, but yeah, I think that movie's great. It was just as good the second time I watched it. Still my favorite movie of the year. Um, yeah. Uh, what else did I watch? I could go back and check, but I don't want to do that. I watched Materialists, which I thought it was good actually. So I saw a lot of people hating on it, a lot of my friends hating on it, and I think it's not as bad as like it's being made out to be, you know. I think obviously it has like weird parts. I personally did not find the love triangle that compelling. I don't really care. Like, I never really cared about Pedro Pascal or Chris Evans. Is that who it is? Yeah, those two. Their characters did not really stick with me. I didn't relate to them. Or not relate to them, but like I didn't care for them. I didn't have a preference of whichever one she was gonna go with. But what really interested me was like her job and like like the guilt that she had to face when one of her clients was sexually assaulted. I think that's really interesting, and I think that's the dynamic that I think if the movie explored more, it would have been a lot better. I think I gave it a 3.5 out of 5 um, on Letterboxd. But yeah, my critique is that I think the movie should have spent a lot less time on the romance part and a lot more time exploring like her. Who was that? Dakota Johnson, the girl from Madam Web, right? I think that was yeah. I think they could have spent a lot more time exploring her character and her job, and I think that would have been a lot cooler. Sorry. Um, yeah, and then I also did not like that Dasha Nekrasova was in it. Sorry, Dasha. I'm not a big fan of like, like Nazis and like racists and stuff like that. Um, what can I say? Um, yeah. As for movies, I'm trying to think of like really good movies that I watched recently. I think I haven't been watching movies. I want to try to watch more because I know I can, and I know I have the time. It's just whenever I sit down to watch something, it's like I could be doing something else. But the thing is, when I'm doing something else, I'm not really like it's fake. So I need to dedicate more time to that because I do really enjoy watching movies. Um, okay, more stuff. Games. Stardew Valley. I've been playing that recently. Very, very fun. I love it. I'm on summer, year one. Um, I have like 200 hours in the game, so it's not like I'm re-experiencing it for the first time, but it's interesting to play again, and like see what I'm having fun with this time that I didn't have fun with last time and stuff like that. And then also Mega Bonk. I like Mega Bonk a lot. It's kind of stupid fun. Um, I played Risk of Rain 2, not that much, but like a few years ago, my friends were really into it, and so I would play with them. And it's not my favorite game, but I like Megabonk a lot more for some reason. It feels more addicting to me, which I think is good. Um, no, I mean that's not good, but like it feels more fun to me, and I think it's a more fun game. I wouldn't say it's a better game. Yeah, and then that's about it for media. I think I want to reread Wuthering Heights because I know that adaptation is coming out, but it does not seem promising to me. I don't think it's going to be very good. Um, I'm excited for the Charlie XCX soundtrack. I think that'll be good. I really liked House. Um, I thought the other songs were like all right. I think I'll like them more in the context of the album, hopefully. Is I haven't not liked an album Charlie's put out since probably Sucker. So I think that's gonna be good. Yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. Yeah, well, if you watch this even, that's cool. I hope you enjoyed hearing me talk about stuff and found stuff to watch. Um, Very likely that will be no one, but it would be cool. if I could recommend stuff to people. But yeah, well, that's my spiel. Goodbye.